Just pores over those glands now. Under pressure, that toxic material will shoot for about a metre. All in all, it's quite a cocktail of compounds, toxic compounds, and I think that people would do well to take care when handling toads.
Stay here, Eddie.
Hello? Oh, hi, Wendy. Oh, good. We've just been...
After all, people have been killed as a result of eating toads, both in Fiji and in the Philippines. There are well-recorded instances.
Taken Eddie down there a couple of times.
Out. Out. Out.
As far as children are concerned, I would think that toads could be a real problem, particularly with babies who'd be, young children who are attracted by the hopping gait of the toad.
See you then, Wendy. Okay, bye.
Children, being what they are, will inevitably squeeze the toads and probably put them in their mouths and suck them and so forth. Well, the results could be quite disastrous.
The death of my native cat led me into a kind of an eternal revenge against the cane toads when I began to come to grips with what was going on here. And every time I ended up in the bush somewhere in North Queensland, I felt there was a bit of responsibility here to reduce toad numbers. So I was running around at night, and I actually hit one of these cane toads with my geology pick. And hence, it's all my fault what happened, but nevertheless, it's an unforgettable experience. The moment my pick hit the back of the toad was instantly dead. But I felt like somebody in turn had hit me right in the face with a baseball bat. Or like a bee had stung me in the eyeball. It was the most excruciating pain. I'd been hit in the eye by the material jettisoned out of the gland of this toad. And it was fully about 6 hours before I could actually begin to see out of that eye again. It's a dreadfully incapacitating experience, and one I would not want to go through ever again.
Well, Don Juan says that some of the South American Indians, they when they get the mescaline out of the cactus, they say that that you actually start to see the world through the consciousness of the cactus. That you start to see what the world looks like from the eyes of the cactus. And your toad's the same.
Bufotenine is the active ingredient found in the skin of the cane toad. It's listed as a dangerous drug in Schedule 2 of Queensland's Drugs Misuse Act. This means that it will attract a maximum penalty of life imprisonment. Under the Drugs Misuse Act, Queensland police have power to stop and detain people and search people they reasonably suspect are carrying the drug, and also to place tracking devices on vehicles they suspect to be carrying the drug.
I first found out about the use of the toxins from the cane toad back in the 1970s when I was stationed here as an investigating detective. We found that in places like the hippie communes around Cedar Bay and near Cairns, when heroin and other drugs weren't freely available, the next best alternative was to go out and get a cane toad, kill it, boil it down into a solution for 10 minutes, a little bit of water in it, and drink the residue. The effect that I found out that it had on them, from what I've been told, was that they had fantastic colour hallucinations. It warped their sense of time, and it also affected their mental capacities.
and I use a little quantity at first, then larger, a little bit first. I didn't like it that much.
A Townsville man has claimed that cane toads were responsible for the death of 22 of his large goldfish. Mr. Paul Devine, president of the Townsville Aquarium Society, has killed about 200 toads in an attempt to save his fish.
I think the biggest loss of goldfish I've had would be the latest time when I've lost a lot of these fish with the cane toads. I lost about 30 goldfish in that time. The cane toads attack the goldfish in the pond as they swim around in the water. The cane toads attack them and try to get onto the fish and strangle them, and consequently they kill quite a few fish. The cane toads were looking for someone to something to mate with. I think that's what they were trying to do. In their frenzy to try and mate with them, they killed the other fish.
I've had them attempt to mate with my foot. I've had them attempt to amplex with my hand. But most often, I've seen them trying to amplex with hunks of mud.
Once I realised what the cause was, I immediately started getting rid of all these cane toads by killing the cane toads. I got a piece of pipe and went about getting rid of all these cane toads. Quite a few of the cane toads were quite hard to kill, so I got a knife and pushed through the others. And after about a period of a week, I killed hundreds of cane toads. There